What we're hearing now is some 4,000 to 5,000 protesters have assembled in the city center to protest against austerity, against the tax hikes, and against all these policies that have been continued and by Prime Minister Samaras and his team. Nonetheless, we do feel that there is a sense of resignation amongst Greece because despite all this pain, fewer crowds are massing, if you like, in the center.
Has or would any street action have an impact on policy?
Well, that's a very fair question that you raise. We've seen in the past thousands of Greeks marching and a lot of scenes of violence, if you like, in an effort to dissuade and oppose the government's efforts. Most of the time, of course, the government has not heeded these calls. And of course, that's what very much the Greeks are feeling now, that whatever they do, the government just will push ahead to the Troika's demands and implement all these painful measures that have just led this country down the abyss. 27% unemployment, the highest in Europe, and of course the 5th year in recession. Nonetheless, they're looking at other countries in Europe who are slowly raising a voice against this austerity wave and are just hoping that Prime Minister Samaras will himself follow that lead.
And Natalie, it's the Greek Orthodox Easter this weekend. I mean, that's a big holiday in Greece. Are people celebrating or planning to, or is it just really muted?
No, it is. And if you can see, the sun is shining, so it will be, if you like, a breath of fresh air. Greeks traditionally go back to their villages, their homes, whether in the mountains and by the seaside, and it will offer a decent break. The summer always is a glimmer of hope. And of course, the tourist season that is just around the corner, and Greeks are very much pinning their hopes on these 3 to 4 months where they're hoping it might, all this arrival of tourists might revive their battered economy.
Are Greeks just leaving? Do they want to leave? I mean, are your friends, your family now saying, look, we just can't deal with this anymore, there are no prospects, let's just leave?
Well, Greeks traditionally are academically very bright. Their parents keep sending their daughters and sons abroad to study in the hopes of a better future. Now what I am seeing indeed is many of my friends who are just completely aghast with the situation here are trying to build a better future abroad. But what they're telling me is that the Greeks are very much seen with contempt. The opportunities abroad, and especially in Europe, are not that great because Europe is also suffering, if like not, of course, to the extent of Greece, but is also not doing that well economically. So there is some sense of what are we to do here in Greece? We're looking abroad, the doors are shutting. At home, it's not doing much well. All hopes, if you like, are pinned either on Prime Minister Samaras attracting the much-needed foreign investment, but of course others just say that unless the bureaucratic mess that is often tied to investment in Greece is resolved, there is no chance for foreign investment to get to Greece, and are hoping for perhaps new elections.